Sunday Sport and News Night. Welcome to the show tonight. Lorcan has a great show. It's packed in with some great news, some great thing. The Nicky Rocket Hurlers, the Nicky Rocket Cup. Wicklow had a great win, and I hope you enjoy his show today. He has a good few things lined up to tell you about sport and news. Sky News is in the news. Donald Trump is in the news. So I hope you enjoy the show today, and thanks for listening. And I enjoy looking at Now TV, as I was saying, Sky. Hello, welcome back to Sunday Sport and News. I just thought I'd come back with another podcast. It was a very good day for Wicklow hurling there today. I'd like to congratulate them. They went to the Bray Emmets Club there today for a homecoming, and I didn't go now myself, but it was a great match today, full of everything, as you can say. It says on the RTE website more about it there. Nice picture. Second half, Surge wins Nicky Rackard Cup for Wicklow. Wicklow stay in the Nicky Rackard Cup was short one as Garden County completed their successful rebound from last year's relegation with a 2-point win over Donegal. So, and the Ulster men had the better of the first half and put themselves in a commanding position thanks to goals from Lee McKenna and Ryan Hilferty. But Wicklow were dominant in the second half and controlled the game. The final score was Wicklow 120, Donegal 312. So that was the score there, and I showed you a lovely picture of it there. Wicklow continued to play on the front foot after half time but missed some early chances. Jerry Gilmore pushed Donegal. Defensive, they were held to Donegal to just 3 points from until for the next 15 minutes Donegal went score for score with Wicklow. Some poor wides. The Wicklow team now that played was Conor McNally, Ben Carney, Andrew Kavanagh, Martin O'Brien, Paul Doyle, John Henderson, Sam O'Dowd, Jack Doyle, Dermot Masterson, and the scorers David Maloney with 1 point, Owen McCormick 1 point, Luke Evans 2 points, Christy Morehouse he had 9, 5 frays, Andy O'Brien 1, and Michael Boland 1 point, and Shawnee Jermaine had 2 points. He came in for Boland. Daniel Staunton, he had 2, 1 from sideline for Masterson, and Matthew Trainer for O'Dowd half time. Gavin White for O'Brien. Padraig Doyle, he has a point for Evans 59. And then the Donegal scorers were 1-2. Luke White 1-1. Padraig Doherty, Stanley Cullen 1 point. Stephen McBride, Tristan McDermott 1 point. Michael McDonough, Gavin Brown, Jack O'Loughlin 1 point. Stephen Gillespie, Liam McKenna 1. Liam McKinney 1-1. Ryan Hilfrey 1-1. Connor Garland, Rory Campbell 1 point. Ronan McDermott 3, and Jerry Gilmore 1 point. And James Clark, he was the referee. He was from Cavan. I was just looking at the programme there. There was a good few referees on it there today, 3 referees in total, and he had I was just looking at the map before the match was started. It was very good. The president shook hands with the referees there today. They were doing the Wicklow and Donegal match, which was a nice gesture. There's a nice picture on the RTE website. Wicklow celebrate their Nicky Rocket triumph over Donegal. I was just looking at the silverwear. Well, it's the first time in 50 years that Wicklow won silverwear in hurling, and it's a long wait. I would like to congratulate all the team on that great win. If there's anyone listening, it was a great win, and congratulations to the Wicklow hurlers. It might be a long wait again. I was saying you don't know what's going to happen in the GA world. So, and then the fixtures, the Ireland Football Championship, that was on there. Results in the round robin. It was Tyrone 13 points, Armagh 11. That was in Healy Park. And Westmeath and Galway, Westmeath 12, Galway 20 points. Kildare 13 points, Dublin 22, and Cork 15 points, Kerry 114. And then the tables then. The table so far after one match, this is Group 1, Round 1. Mayo with 2 points, Cork with 2 points, Kerry with 2 points. It's probably adjusted since that. Galway with 4 points, Armagh with 2, Tyrone with 2, and Westmeath have none. And then round Group 3, Dublin with 3 points, Sligo with 1, Roscommon with 1, and Kildare with 1. And then Donegal have 2, Derry have 1, Monaghan have 1, and Clare have 0. So they're the groups there. And the fixtures then, the sixes for tomorrow, Mayo and Louth, that's an interesting one. Monaghan and Clare, Roscommon and Sligo, and Donegal and Derry. So they're the matches then. And then there's more matches on next week. It's the last round, I think. So, and then, as I was saying there, the hurling, the minor hurling is on this week. As I was saying, there was a good few things on this week. Just the Joe McDonagh Cup I went to, the Christy Green Cup, the results then of that. It was Mead 123, Derry 121, so that was the result of that. Which it was fairly close match. There wasn't much in it, in my view. And the Laurie Motter Cup, I was looking at that there before the Wicklow match. It was great. It was great entertainment. The score in that was Monaghan 322, Lancashire 320. So Lancashire gave a very good game as well. And I said the Wicklow score already. And then the Tolchin Cup, which was on there, there was results there in from today. It was Laois 117, London 214, and Cavan 225, Offaly 2-9, and that was a commanding win for Cavan. It looks like Cavan are going to win the Tolchin Cup or Mead. Tipperary 17 points, Waterford 113, so that was close enough match. And Mead 111, Down 1-9, so that was that score. And then the tables then have followed. That group is finished. It's Cavan with 6 points, Offaly second with 3, and Laois 2. They've made it through as well, and London have 1. And then Group 2, Meath are out in front with 6 points, Down have 4, Tipperary have 2, which they qualify as well, and Waterford nothing. And then the matches tomorrow, it's Limerick, Longford and Carlow, and Limerick and Wicklow. So it's a dead rubber. Wicklow are out of the Tolchin Cup, but them 3 teams are going to make it: Limerick, Longford, and Carlow, by the looks of things. And then in Group 4, Round 4, Group 4, it's Antrim with 4 points, Fermanagh with 3, Wexford with 1. So it looks like Wexford are going to get through with in the third spot. So they're the matches then. And that's about all the matches there. There's minor matches as well. Galway are playing the Electric Mile Hurling Championship. That's on tomorrow as well. Clare and Galway. That's the All Ireland final already, I imagine. So I think I went through the hurling and about everything. I'm just going to do you a bit of news now. 20 injured in blast near Ukrainian city of Dnipro. An explosion near the center of Ukraine city hit a 2-story dwelling, injuring 20 people, including 5 children. And then it says at least 288 dead, hundreds injured in Indian rail crash, which was very bad. At least 200 people have been killed. Images from the crash site showed smashed train compartments torn apart with blood-stained holes. Carriages are flipped over entirely in the crash late yesterday, and rescue workers searching for survivors. As dawn broke today, rescue workers were able to see the full extent of the carnage. So that's that. And then Biden signed U.S. debt deal into law, according to the website. US President Joe Biden has today signed into law a debt ceiling bill, the Fiscal Response Act of 2000 authorities in government to extend the so-called debt ceiling to renew borrowing and keeping the bills paid. So that's that. Teenager arrested after break-in and Leinster House. That's another news. A teenager has been arrested. The boy managed to get access to the building, and it is understood some damage was done. Guards say the incident of trespass happened at around 4 p.m. So that's the other news. Zelensky ready for offensive for fears major more casualties. Belfast Secretary is loyalist enforcer, court told. And then festivals feeling impact of accommodation shortage. Rise in support for Sinn Féin, opinion poll suggests. Sinn Féin has a small increase in support, while support for the coalition party has held steady, according to new opinion poll. The Ireland Think Sunday Independent poll suggests support for the main opposition party has increased. Meanwhile, support for the coalition partner has held steady. Fine Gael remains 20%, Fianna Fáil in a close second at 19%, and the Green Party 3%. So that's then that poll that was taken recently. Leaving Cert Study Tips English. Freedom of Belfast for organ donation campaigner Dottie. A 6-year-old boy helped change organ donation law in Northern Ireland. Had the Freedom of Belfast conferred on this afternoon. Little Dolly McGorman from West Belfast is the youngest ever recipient of the award. Campaign by him and his family helped change the law on organ donation. It seems adults in Northern Ireland will automatically be treated as organ donors. So fair play to Dottie there. He got freedom. I'd like to congratulate him. Who's who in the race so far for the White House? I was just going to go through this. The race for the whole White House is, Donald Trump. Donald Trump announced his election. Like Biden, he remains unpopular with great swaths of electors. And then Trump is the frontrunner in the Republican race. Ron DeSantis, after the glitch-filled launch of the campaign. DeSantis, 44, who ranks second to Trump. Most polls has already signed bills. And then there's Tim Scott, the only black Republican U.S. senator, has low name regularly outside his home state of South Carolina. Nick Haley, a former governor of South Carolina and Trump's ambassador to the United Nations, Haley, 51, has emphasized her relative youth compared to Biden and Trump. And then there's Vika Ramsey, a former biotech investor and executive, launched a firm in 2022. And then Mike Pence, good old Mike Pence, Trump's vice president, has broken with the former US over 2020 attack by Trump. However, Pence, like only Republican White House, came to Trump's defense after New York prosecution changed him in the hush money case. And then there's Chris Christie and Alisa Hutchinson and Doug Baldwin. They're the other ones. And then Joe Biden himself, he's for the Democrats. And then Marianne Williams, she's running as well. Robert Kennedy Jr. is making a long shot bid, 69 Jr. He's the son of U.S. Senator Robert, who was assassinated. So he's running as well. So it'd be interesting to see who's going to win. I'm saying probably Trump and Biden at the end of the day, which is very nasty that Trump would get in. And then the entertainment news. Legendary US songwriter Cynthia Nrell has died at the age of 82. The Grammy lyrics was responsible, along with singer partner and husband Barry Mann, for many hits, including You've Lost That Love Feeling on Broadway and Walking in the Rain. So that's that. And then Meath teenager wins Britain's Got Talent semi-final. I say he's doing well. County teenager Killian Connor has booked his place in Sunday's final. The 14-year-old wowed the audience and judges alike and went straight through to the final. He was delighted, as I was saying there, first finalist through. congratulations to him. So I was just looking at that. Angela Scanlon was on tonight. I was just looking at it there. And then Irish Eurovision star Rod Taylor has died. I saw that. He was with Top Gun. Most Ryan. It's a terrible disease, and as I was saying with Charlie Board as well. They wrote, "It is deep sadness with us. We denounce the passing of our dad and hero. To everyone who supported us, you all know who you are. We love you all and love you all." Taylor was a singer and bass player. Jump the Gun, Ireland's representative in 1988 song contest in the green room of the night. Their song "Take Me Home." I should play that someday. "Take Me Home." What they sang. Foo Fighters Alive, a fun and best. So that's that. And then I was just going to go through the journal if I have time. The journal is a good paper as well. More than 280 dead and hundreds injured in Indian triple train disaster. 4 killed by shelling in Russia border region. Irish officials to review safe countries of origin and how to navigate any potential madness to Dublin Airport this summer. Extract my signature. McElroy gave share of PGA memorial lead with Kim Lipsey. And that's then that. Then I was just going to go to then. I went to the Irish Independent. I was going to go to just the sports news then on this as well. Sports news on the Independent. It just says, it's bewildering you. Kildare boss Glenn Ryle laments poor second half against Dublin. Celtic wrap up treble with Scottish Cup success over Inverness. And Ryan O'Neill's red card hampers Armagh in a 2-point loss to Tyrone. Mrs. Cantwell was on there in that match. She never mentioned some of the other scores that were on. As I was saying, that's not really, doesn't make any difference really, does it? So that's the GEA website. And then the business news on that. It's going to go to the business news. New Zealand group plan more Esquire coffee shops in Ireland. And your personal financial questions. What is the best way to ensure we do not lose no claims bonus? So, aim is to take on Davy and Goodbody and bid for corporate clients, according to that. And that's that news then on that. And then the RTE sports news. I went to the All Ireland Senior Football. City beat United in Cup final to maintain triple hopes. As I was saying there, it was 2-1. They won that as well. Manchester City 2, Man United 2. Wembley witnessed an all Manchester encounter on Saturday as the neighbours met in a major final for the first time. City emerged triumph thanks to Gungleson's final volley and 2-1 victory that gave Pep's men the chance to emulate Man United's triple next weekend. So that'd be interesting to see. Can they do it? The international matches then are coming up. Stephen Kenny has eye on big away victory in Athens, almost a year on from a sluggish passive Nations League defeat to Armenia. Stephen Kenny is confident his men are better in shape. So that's according to that. And I don't know, do I have the Hoganstand website open? I'll open it now, sure. There is let me see all of the results there. Just I was saying, I went through most of the results there. O'Neill sees Reds as their own edge Armagh for crucial win, and Dubs have minimum fuss against Kildare at Nolan Park. Coleman comes off the bench to inspire Galway against 14 men, and Meath hold off Derry come back for third Christie Ring crown, and Wicklow come from behind. As I was saying more about Wicklow there on the team, came from behind to defeat Donegal by 120 to 312. That's the main news on my podcast. Nicky Rackard champions. As I was saying, they arrived in Braham's club at 7 there today, and the trophy looks well with John Henderson there. The goal came for the Garden men via O'Brien. Luke White's goal did give Donegal great. Some hope for Wicklow, but Wicklow managed to hold on for the 2 point to record a famous win. As I was saying there, it's a long time since. There's a good article actually in the GEA website. It's about Wicklow actually. It's about the length of time it's taken Wicklow to win a title in silverwear. It's taken them a long time, as I was saying. And more about Wicklow there. Nicky Rackett's Wicklow bounced back at first attempt. It says more about that. Casey O'Brien's troop had just too much scoring power. McDermott's third Wicklow controlled the play on the front after half time. And with just under a minute remaining, Wicklow had one last high ball to deal with. It's mother Danny Cullen's late shot to ensure Conor McNally was tested, and the champion season ended in a famous win. And I gave you the scores there. I just then look at the news then on the thing. Laurie Martin break new ground. Talton Cup beat defeat Down, which I did. I went through. Electric Ireland Challenge. They won as well. Wicklow won in that. It was very interesting. That they won in that match. I think it was great stuff. And then Talton Cup permutations. I was saying Wicklow are basically out of that match. I think in my view. So I just thought I'd come back with a podcast, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm well into it now, and I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Anyway, the Wicklow hurlers, the Wicklow footballers are playing tomorrow. I wish them the best of luck. They're practically out of the Charlton Cup, but I do wish them luck. A win would be good. So there's not anything to talk about. Only the news. Donald Trump is still going for the election, and I hope you enjoy my podcast today and Sunday special. I'll be back again someday next week, and I hope you enjoy my podcast. There's a lot of things to look at, and I'll be going through the scores. Maybe I'll have a show about some podcast shows that have coming up. The Sunday Game have one now. Michael Lester, he's presenting one with Pat Spillane and Thomas Mulcahy. You should check that one out. I've checked it out now. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back with another podcast.